finally, guys, it's Thursday. Venus, Cholo, how you guys doing? I love you guys. How you doing? I missed you so much. Guys, I just want to say hello. Thank you guys for coming in today on a beautiful Thursday, watching your favorite Podkrew Podcast. However, we're going to talk about something that not a lot of people talk about. And this stuff be wildin', because it literally is traditions be wildin'. Again, let's say it again. I'm not going to say it again. Anyways, so, guys, we're going to talk about the craziest traditions that goes around the world, including here in your favorite, probably hometown. Hopefully not. But since Colony never goes first, that's going to be a thing. I promise you. It's always going to stay from here on out. Cholo, I'm going to ask you to go first. I'm sorry. I love you.
All right, so I wanted to start off pretty chill, pretty mellow before we get a little crazy with this stuff. But this is tradition. People don't really think about it as tradition, especially our people, us Hispanics. Actually, I think it's just Mexicans. I'm not sure, but anyways, when you push your family member or your friend's face into the cake, that is a tradition that no one else does.
I hate that. Has that ever happened to y'all? Venus, has that happened to you?
When I was a kid, it did. Yeah. I didn't realize that was like specifically a you guys thing. But I'm from Florida, so there's a lot of crossover there. We have a lot of y'all down there, so it permeates everything in a wonderful way, including when I'm 8 years old and I get face smashed into the cake. Didn't love it. Would rate it about a 3 out of 10. Would not recommend. Not my favorite thing to happen. It's very messy, sticky.
Very.
I would assume.
And like, who's eating that?
It's supposed to be your piece. That whole thing is supposed to be your piece. That's your piece.
When this happened to me, it was like a small circular cake that was, and then there was a sheet cake for everybody. Yep. So but I didn't know if that's how it always was.
I just want to let you know, they planned that shit on you. They knew what they were doing, even though you didn't. I'm just saying. So traditionally,
it took me by surprise.
Traditionally, how it's supposed to work. Sorry to cut you off, but traditionally, how it's supposed to work is that your cousins are all supposed to like try to lead you into the cake, and they all take their hand and they just bang you right in there. Traditionally, and
they usually get a giant cake too.
Yeah,
just in case they actually face plant you. Not just your mouth.
Luckily, it hasn't happened to me. I mean, my face is a little messed up, but luckily, it hasn't never happened.
You're hearing what we got to do, right? Like you're hearing this, right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm old enough to throw hands. I don't think you understand that.
Throw hands.
I actually saw a video last year. It was a TikTok of this girl. She looked like she was in her early 20s or something, but all of her cousins still went for the face plant, right? But you didn't see in the camera until you watched it again that she actually had like a little paper plate on her hand. So when they pushed her in, she put the paper plate in front of her face, and she was all good when she took her face out. She was like, bitch.
Started swinging fingers. Got you on camera.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
That's an awesome tradition. Staying in this Hispanic culture, all right, I promise I got a lot more, but this is one of my favorite ones. So if you guys ever been to Spain, right, there's a day that they celebrate called La Tomatina. If you guys don't know what that is, every year in the small town of Buñol in Spain, thousands of people gather and they have a massive tomato throwing festival.
Overripe, I've heard.
And just in the streets are just covered in like just red seeds tomato.
It's like every cafeteria food fight you ever dreamt of having.
Biggest food fight.
You wished.
I want to be there. Because the only food fight that I ever had was in middle school. And let me tell you, it wasn't just food. It was like the trays and the cans. Like people got, yeah, right?
I was there for this.
Yes, you were. I know you were there.
What was this? The cafeteria wars of 2004? What the
I wanted it to be just food, right? And so me imagining thousands of people, like it's all hands or nothing, bro. Like your house, it's not getting Ed, it's getting tomatoed. And just think of that concept, bro. That's a fun tradition. That's wild. Why don't we have anything in America that can be something like that? What do you?
Let's bring it to
Because
America.
we can't have fun here, or else people will get hurt.
I can't.
Let's
I
just
can't.
leave
I
it
can't
at
throw
that.
tomatoes here. That's
We can't have good
unfortunate.
things here. But
Somebody's gonna start throwing rocks instead of tomatoes. Ruin it for
speaking of
everybody.
Spain, though, there's another one. There's this weird thing where parents place their infants on mattresses. Um, I I didn't put down the name of it because I felt like I was gonna mess it up. But anyways, so they put infants on mattresses, and there's this guy that's dressed as the devil, and he jumps over them. People do it as like tradition,
It's called el
or
colacho. That's what it's
yeah,
called.
that's
That's
the one.
what.
That's the one.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
And then people actually. There's also people that actually wholeheartedly believe that it's like a ritual that cleanses the baby of sin and disease, just from a guy
They
dressed up as the devil just jumping over
they
them.
dress
That's some
themselves up as like
that's
the
some
devil. Yeah, and like jump
redonkulous shit.
over the
What I want to
baby.
know is if there's ever been a time that homeboy tripped.
Could you imagine?
Damn.
Damn.
Like, I would hope that's something that never happens or rarely happens, but you can't tell me it's never happened.
Yo, that baby's
No,
cursed.
it's
if
never
that's the
happened.
case.
Nah,
The baby's cursed.
That's all I'm gonna
the
say.
the baby's free from
baby's
breathing.
free.
Just- oh no.
Oh my gosh. But
But yeah, that's wild. The fact that like
that's wild.
there's people that actually believe that just cleanses the baby. You know what?
But
Do you,
is
fam?
it any weirder than, maybe like sprinkling water on a baby or dunking a baby in water to baptize it? I guess it's all relative. It's a similar concept. We're cleansing the baby of its, sin.
It's culture.
But
It's culture.
yeah,
It's literal culture.
Tradition, yeah, pretty much. But
There is
yeah, I remember when I first got before you continue, I remember when I first got confirmed in the Catholic Church over in Mexico. My grandma and my mom and her siblings, they just kept telling me all day, it's like, oh, look, we're getting rid of your horns from your head. Now you're not a little devil anymore. All right, dude, whatever, all right.
they roasted you on the way. That's amazing. What a beautiful tradition. That's heartwarming.
So I really like there's a lot of culture that brings a lot of joy, happiness, and stuff like that. So I wanted to bring up something that's odd, and I don't know how to like feel about it, right? Just by everybody has like their first sense of judgment, you know what I mean? But I want to be open to it, but I don't know how, I don't think I can. So essentially, in Indonesia, okay, there's a location called Sulawesi, and they keep a family's corpse after death for X amount of time that they can handle it. So why they do that is they consider that the life of the person can be prolonged by keeping them with the living, and is like comparable to living with a sick person.
You know what? I think I saw a video of that too.
And so like the financial conditions of the family determine the period of the stay for the dead. It is usually between like several weeks to years, depending on when they decide to finally bury the. Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
And I'm talking about like body parts still in there, decomposing and everything.
Yeah, I'm here
Is
for
it
that.
in its own room? Did they do anything
No, they suit it up like I've seen pictures where like they suit it up, like changed attire,
Suited up,
everything.
like we're talking
like
attire,
like physical, like you went from
a
Adidas, and if you going out to like a nice party, like we wearing a tux, a flannel, like just your natural living. Like
that's not bad.
Is that like, do you? I can't.
Look, as long as they don't keep them in their PJs, like, come on, make them look a little nice. Come on, they're gonna be there for a whole year or something.
But with what I know about like decomposition, it's hard for me to picture how that's not like so messy that it's unlivable because bodies, they leak oils, it gets nasty like when bodies decompose.
I want everybody to picture right now. So like the picture that I'm looking at is that there's this Indonesian family that they're surrounding, they're surrounded in like a public area, and they actually have like the corpse like standing up in a suit. Now my question to myself is I guess you can normalize it in a way to where like you see dead bodies every day, whatever. But like, how does that body not fall apart?
Right, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, that's what I wonder if they maybe like, yes, maybe they leave, like you said, the organs inside, but maybe they use some sort of like plant or chemical or process to like mummify or something to like, no, nothing.
It's called the don't let go tradition.
Mm.
That's what it's like converted to. I'm not gonna butcher that, but it's called don't let go. And I don't think personally I guess the tradition that we have here is bury him, bro. Like bury him
Right.
or
Wait, but
or ashes.
would you prefer to be buried or burned? I'd much rather be burned.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want to be
I've always
buried. I want to
preferred
be
being turned into
cremated.
ash over
Why?
Yeah.
It just feels weird
So
that
many.
they're gonna spend all this money for a funeral and like and just to have me in the ground. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do, dog,
It
with this
costs
$10,000 casket, this five to
thousands of
six thousand
dollars.
dollar type of tombstone or whatever?
The
It's just a bunch of
tombstone,
shit.
the casket, and then the plot in the graveyard itself, it's like a tiny piece of real estate. That plot's not cheap either. So you combine all that stuff, it's a lot of money. And
Oh,
yeah, I struggle with thinking like why that would be worth it. I would rather my loved ones spend that money on their stability or something, for
Okay.
themselves and not all. I'd rather sit on an urn on the mantle place or spread my ashes
yeah.
in Jamaica, something, but like I'm not here anymore, so it really doesn't matter to me all that much, and you can go drop 30K on all that. Nah,
Yeah.
keep me in the
Yeah,
living
fuck
room, we'll be
that.
fine.
Bro, just cry for me, eat like a tub of ice cream, throw on
Don't
like
eat
your
my
favorite
ashes.
TV show.
Don't eat my
Yeah. Yeah,
ashes.
let's not get back to
Let's come full
that.
circle with our
Just a lick of
Oh,
No!
oh no.
I'll-
But Kim actually has a good point because she said she wants to be turned into compost, and that's an actual thing now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure a thing.
It's pretty recent, as far as it legally in a way that's a proper business. It's recent, but yeah, that is a thing. There's some that, and there's a couple of other like naturalistic type, ways of having your body return to the earth, like
Yeah,
that. That's really cool.
I've never
And what's cool about the fertilizer too is that like you can have like a, I don't know, a plant, a tree, a rose bush or something, and then use the fertilizer for that. And then that's what you visit instead of a gravestone. You go see the rose bush, and that's, the same thing in essence.
I've never thought about what I would want to do when like I pass.
You've never thought about that?
Never thought
How
about
have
it.
you
No.
never thought
No,
about
I've
that?
never thought
I
about
think about it
like, do
all
I
the time.
want to be ashes? Do I want to be buried? Traditionally, in my mind, so it's embedded in my mind that we are to be buried.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
traditionally like all my family
Wow.
entirely, and then um long time ago, conversation with one of my uncles, they brought up the portion of ashes, and I was like, they burn your body? Like that was my reaction. And I didn't know that was an option. So ever since then, I've always been confused of what to do. So I kept an open mind when I heard people keeping your body and like moving you from place to place as if you were there. Like to me, that's wild. That's a lot of work. And for like the bones, like years, I'm talking about years, man. Like
Right.
the bones not like falling apart. Like, oh my bad, I dropped your hand. Ha, I get it. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that is insane.
Here, let me do you one better on that because there's a tribe over in Brazil that would burn the bodies of their deceased, and afterwards they make plantain soup out of their bones and ashes. That is the belief that the soul of the deceased will find peace in the afterlife.
Hold on, time out. Does someone eat it?
Yeah, it's a soup.
I understand that, but like the family eats this.
Yeah. Yeah, the tribe. The lovers. Yeah.
Which puts an interesting like kind of thing spin, you know, when we're again looking back at the weird obsessions with that eating of the ashes. It's like maybe that lady in particular wasn't doing it for a specific cultural reason. I'm not sure. From her words, it didn't seem like it. But it's interesting that her behavior parallels with something that is an established cultural tradition like that. The idea of like wanting, because that seemed like what she was talking about when she was talking about her behavior, is that she wanted to feel close to his remains, and that kind of like was the motivation. And it sounds like that's the meaning behind why they do that as well. So it's just very interesting. Yeah, it's all relative. What's normal, I suppose.
And see, I can't eat human. Like I can't eat my brother. Like in a soup. Like no.
Okay.
And that's that's crazy of like normalization. Like no, no. I refuse to eat JoJo.
Okay, but what if somebody had it in their last will and testament what if Z wrote in his last will and testament that not only does he want to be cremated, but he wants 1 tablespoon of his ashes to be ingested?
OneKolony specifically to eat me like the cinnamon challenge from like 8 years ago. Just a spoonful of ash and take that bitch.
Dry.
Nah. I'm going to Z, I so apologize, but I'm going to spill my soup and Maya will eat it in my honor.
No.
It's not you're not going in my mouth. Like that's a final decision.
Yes.
Yo.
You know what? You want to get weird? Let's get weird. All right. So in ancient
I'm here for it.
In ancient tradition, Asian tradition, okay? And this is all factual, okay? And this is what kind of like creeps me out the most. Do they do it today? I don't know. I was trying to dig so deep into this like one topic, I could not find out if they do this or not. But teenage girls are dressed up in like beautiful outfits that they have in their tradition, and the day that marks them from a transition from a girl to womanhood, and they prepare her to be a good wife, they cut off the tip of the tongue to ensure that they have a happy marriage in their future. That's a tradition. Now,
okay. No? Yes.
No?
No, I thought
you're not open to it?
I will say it can't be all that different from the body mod trend of
slicing
getting your tongue split. Yeah.
No, but they cut that shit off. No,
do.
you're missing a piece. It's not like it's not like it's like split into two. Like, yes, you're missing molecules of skin, but you're missing an actual piece. And the human tongue doesn't regenerate, so you're missing some tongue.
Are you sure about that?
Does it? Does it? Shut up! You're lying. I will cut off. No, I won't.
Why don't you?
No, I'm gonna...
try and see.
No,
for research purposes.
But like, let's say if you guys had like someone like I don't know a child or something like that, and it was part of your tradition, would you like allow them to continue that? And I know that's hard to say because that's not part of your tradition now. You know what I mean? So it's probably the answer would be like, hell no. But like if it was like you cut off your tongue, you know what I mean? Would you allow that for your daughter?
Well, I will say this. I have a kind of a line in the sand thing about tradition, whether it's something like a tradition I grew up with or if it's like a foreign one, regardless. Like if it comes at the point of the tradition involves any kind of like non-consensual body mutilation, that's a no for me. That's a no for me. So like it would generally be a no. And as an example, when I was a baby, when I was born, getting your newborn's ears pierced, well, it was normalized before and since, and it's not like it was a one-time thing. But point being, my ears were pierced when I was like 3 months old. And I've had pierced ears like my whole life. And when I had my daughter, I don't know, like I don't not a like judgmental parent, but like I didn't want to go get her ears pierced as a baby because I was like, well, if she wants that later, she can do that and like make that decision for herself about what holes she wants where in her body. You know what I mean? I don't feel the need so much to have her have dangly things on her ears. That tradition is so
Right.
important to me, more
Let
important
them
than
do what
like
they want. That's
right.
okay.
So I would say even if I were to take like, my own bias out of the equation, like I still feel like that would be where I'd fall in the sand with this. Like it'd be a no for me. It'd be a no for me.
So I just want to let y'all know, in my will, when I die, tradition wise, I want Z to cut off the tip of his tongue.
His tongue. Oh,
If you can promise me that you'll cut off the tip of your tongue, I will eat you.
This is a good deal, Z. Take this deal.
In soup.
Take it right now.
I'll do it.
It's a good deal.
I'll do it
You will?
for the gram.
I'm a witness.
For the
I'm a
gram.
witness. He said,
Bitches love the
gram. Oh my God. All right. I'm notarizing the document as we speak. You're both legally bound to keep to this. So
I'm okay with that.
Watch your toes, you know.
Yeah, what is that face, dog?
Hold on. You know what? We haven't talked about what we should have for Venus, to have and do if we die. So I got one. And you need to tell me that you will do this before I tell you.
Oh, it don't work that way.
It has to work that way. We already accepted each other. You can accept both of us.
Bofa.
Because this only applies to women, this next one.
Okay.
All right, bet. All right, so finger cutting. So in Indonesia, there is a practice and a unique and painful form of grieving. When a loved one dies, female members of the family will cut off a portion of their own fingers as a sign of mourning to appease the spirits of the deceased. This extreme form of body modification symbolizes the deep connection between the living and the dead in Dani culture. So my question to you is, which finger you cutting off for me and which finger you cutting off for Z? I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. I can make a rhyme and all right, I'm gonna stop. Are you counting your fingers for real?
She was deciding.
No.
Pinkies?
The two pinkies? Okay.
They're the most useless finger.
Or let's go like full blown Yakuza and just get the ring finger.
That just flew through your head. She just called us useless.
No. You got the message. Now hang on a second, because if I'm gonna do this, y'all have something for each other, but y'all aren't doing anything for me if I die. So it sounds like I'm gonna need both of you when I die to collect a bunch of reeds. Okay, I want you to weave them together into a glove. I need you to go and find a bunch of bullet ants, put them in the glove, and then I'd like you to wear those gloves 20 times, 10 minutes at a time. And then you'll be men, is the byproduct bonus.
You know what's crazy? Did you guys ever get into that phase of watching Brave Wilderness?
No, but I watched an episode of Wild Boys where they did it.
There's this guy, I think his name is Coyote. Yeah, I think it was Coyote. But like he's pretty much like a YouTube version of Steve Irwin, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, this dude's like going crazy, like he started off his channel by rose into fame by taking on these challenges of different bites or stings. Yes, Dark Coyote Peterson, that's the guy. And at one point he ended up making his way to the bullet ant, which I believe made it to like number 2 on his list. And this dude was going at it. He was going to like all these different places, checking these different insects to like bite. There was it's like a hawk wasp or something like that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That thing is
Those things are
ridiculous. It's huge.
easily
It's huge.
it's mean
It's
looking.
huge.
Yo,
But yeah, no, could you all right, so one bullet ant was more than enough for him. Could you imagine a glove filled
a
with bullet
glove full.
ants?
A glove full.
Like
And just so
these I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, just so we know, this is I'm probably gonna butcher this pronunciation, forgive me. The Satire Maui tribe in Brazil, that's who practices this tradition. This is their coming of age tradition for young boys. And it's supposed to be sort of a test of like how you handle pain, because you're not a man until you're not an adult until you can handle pain.
Yeah.
Adulthood
Strength and
is pain.
resilience.
Strength and resilience, not showing weakness when you're in pain. Like that's being an adult. So like that's what this tradition represents for them. But yeah, they have to wear the glove for 10 minutes at a time, go through ceremonial dance rituals while they're wearing the glove. Like, how are you not just like
Hell
on the ground
no.
collapsed in pain?
And you're a kid.
Crazy. You're a kid.
You're a kid. Coyote Peterson is a full-blown adult that's been dealing with different stings, and he could barely handle one of those bullet ants.
And those kids like have full gloves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, giant gloves, like mittens practically.
Many of them in there. Like the elders go out and harvest, and they use like an intoxicating herb blend to like intoxicate the ants to then collect them, weave them into the gloves, pincers like facing inward. So they are like stuck and like in position. And then they're waking up and the glove goes on and it's party time, boys, because
So
oh
to
boy.
speak, party time.
Wait,
Yeah.
I need everybody to answer this. Chat, please answer this. And you two need to answers right now. What makes a person think like this is we are going to make this a tradition?
Okay, first of all, we can't really answer that because this is a tribe. These are people that don't give a shit about our modern culture. Like
just imagine. So I want you to put yourself in that scenario then. Like why not, smoke some herbs?
Because it comes down to like the basic I guess pyramid of what is it called?
Pyramid of needs.
No, it's not even a pyramid, just like I don't know. Survival of the fittest, I guess. Just,
Is it a square?
Yeah. It's a rhombus.
It's an obtuse rhombus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I'd imagine too, there's probably like an amount of trial and error that goes into how traditions get created. So like, what if, tribes went through generation after generation of like poor leadership and, adults that didn't really maybe, think in terms of like longevity and thinking for the tribe. And so like they had to, like, because of necessity, they had to come up with ways of developing their young people into a hardy bunch in order to survive in some austere conditions, even though that's what they're used to.
Yeah, and that goes back to like the hunter-gatherer type of mindset. Or just like if you can't hunt, if you can't find food for your family, you won't survive. So it's stuff like that. But also I like what Kim put on there as well. She said you need to be able to handle pain to survive. If you can't survive, you're not done learning. If you're not done learning, you're a child.
Yep. That's a nail.
I agree.
Hit the nail on the head. That's right.
Is that considered one of the tests?
What?
A nail on the head?
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, that just.
I need a yes or no answer. Are you guys putting these gloves on upon my death?
I have no choice. I already said yes at the beginning.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
But I hope they cut off my middle finger, bro, because I'm going to shoot that shit in the sky to you once that glove comes off.
What was that one song from 3 Days Grace? Pain?
Pain without love.
It's amazing.
Don't copyright me. I'm sorry.
while we got the gloves with ants.
Let's stop talking about negative.
I was just gonna say, let's lighten it up a little bit.
I have a light one as well. I would say rock, paper, scissors, but you know what? Ladies first.
Let's let Venus.
Yeah, ladies first. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much. I wanted to talk about the Monkey Buffet Festival in Thailand.
I was just
This
gonna
is
talk the
whimsical.
same thing.
Oh, perfect. It has
Oh,
the same vibe, right? It's so cute. As soon as I saw this, I was like, this is amazing. I might have to put this on my bucket list. And this is something that like I would do normally anyway. I want to go feed the little animals. Like that makes me happy.
wait. Z, do you know about this?
What?
Yes, I do, but I didn't put it on my list.
Okay.
It's because you hate fun and you
Because
hate adorable.
I had a feeling one of you two were gonna do it.
How dare you assume that I love monkeys?
And
Because
it
I
turns
do.
out both of you were gonna do it.
Go
The
ahead.
whimsy was just too much for me, bro. Like it's adorable. So this occurs in Lopburi, Thailand, and it's on the last Sunday of November. And it takes place at the Phra Prang Sam Yat Temple, which is a mouthful. They hold a banquet for the monkeys. The monkeys that live around there are the macaque. Which I can't say without laughing. I'm sorry.
You want to say it again one more time? Wait, how do you say it? Wait, hold on. Say it
I like
again.
that emphasis on ka. Macaw.
I even Googled how to pronounce
Nah,
it.
say it one more time for the people in the back.
Macaques. Okay, it's just a monkey.
Wait,
grow up.
did you just
Everybody
add an
grow
S
up.
at the end?
No.
You're just changing the word.
No, I'm not. That's what they're called. That's the plural. That's what you call a
What are they
group
called?
of them. They're called macaques.
All right, just wanted to make sure so people that they knew what they were called. Anyways, so what do the macaques do?
Macaw. Damn.
So there's a banquet for these creatures. And it starts off with people in monkey costumes and they do a whole dance. And then they have the food. They have it all out. It's like 2 tons of food. And it's like carved fruit, vegetables. It's just like, everything that you would dream of if you were that monkey. So it's really cool. And then they go and all the monkeys, they go and they devour all the food. It'd be so cute. It'd be so cute to go see all the happy monkeys eating their food. It's cool too, because I was reading about how this tradition originated because monkeys are believed to be good luck there. And it has to do with a legend that involved, there was a lot of details and a lot of names. So the TLDR of the legend was like somebody was on a mission, some deity. They asked the Monkey King for help. The Monkey King said yes, and they succeeded in what they were doing. So monkeys equal good luck was where this tradition came. They're always going to appease the monkeys for the good luck of the people who live there. So the Monkey Buffet Festival, it's adorable. I can see why it's a tradition. I would happily take part in.
I wish that happened to me. They just leave tamales or tacos just sitting out everywhere and just all
just for you, everyone just watching you eat that shit. Look at that good little Mexican boy just eating his tamale.
He's wearing nothing but a loincloth.
And when he's done, they're just like, okay, we're ready for some cafecito and pan.
So, speaking of that, there's a tradition if you are single in Denmark, right? Speaking about people watching others eat, right? It is customary for your friends and family to throw you a birthday celebration by covering you in cinnamon when you reach 25.
Interesting. Smells good, probably.
Smells good. Well, he or she smells good. Many believe that the tradition dates back to when spice salesmen would travel around and remain bachelors. These salesmen never settled in one place long enough to meet a suitable spouse. However, the Danish people probably kept the tradition because it provides them with a fun way to celebrate a significant birthday. So, do you guys want to be covered in cinnamon? If you were
I was just going to say, this is what's going to happen to you. But the question is, I'm trying to picture, I've never heard of this before, and I'm trying to picture how much, like we're talking about, you throw a little dash on someone's head. I'm picturing also like a
sprinkle, like Salt Bay?
I'm talking about
like at a football game, and you just dump it like a cooler size amount of cinnamon. You dump it on their head. Like
covering you in cinnamon. Like you're covered in cinnamon.
That sounds expensive and also very messy.
Well, that's why you got like a whole family to do it for you. It's not just one person. You single, so like you
their own cinnamon.
Everyone is getting to know you.
That part, like, yeah.
Oh man.
I just
I
thought
don't know.
I don't know. I think that one, it's a weird flex to be like, "Ha, you're single. You taste good though, buddy." Like now you're gonna be looking like a whole ass snack 26. You know what I mean?
That's amazing. That's the whole meaning behind
That's
it.
the whole meaning
exactly-
behind it. I mean,
You
I
know
think
what? We're not gonna dump you in cinnamon. We're gonna dump you in chili powder, and then I think that'll be perfect.
no, that's worse.
Why is that worse?
Why?
Cinnamon's better.
Cinnamon's better.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, arguably chili powder is
Okay, but what if you
tastier.
can choose whatever? So like there's someone that's like
Saffron.
really into garlic powder and they're just like throw that bitch on.
Me. Do the garlic
That's
powder
you.
for me.
No, nobody will want you ever.
That's fine. I'll smell delicious.
No, that's not.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
You
Never had
just
enough
everyone just gets their own choice of like Lay's potato chips flavored. So like there's someone with salt and vinegar all over themselves.
I don't.
Barbecue.
No.
You guys ever see the pickle flavored Lay's chips? Those are weird. You imagine like someone just like pour some pickle juice on me.
Pickle what?
Pickle flavor.
Pickle flavored Lay's. They came out with like a limited edition pickle flavor. I tried it. It was gross, but also I don't like pickles. So that
flavored Lay's.
Yes,
that's a thing. Look it up.
That sounds disgusting.
It probably is. I didn't want to
It
try
was.
it, but the fact that Venus took one for the team, good for you.
I did, so that you can all know. Now, if you're a person who likes eating like a whole jar of pickles at a time, maybe you like those chips. I don't know. Maybe that's your thing. That's not my thing though. So I don't like those chips.
What would you want to be covered in, Colony? Yes. The possibilities are endless.
If you were to say right now,
ain't no way. Dark said tapatio powder.
what would
actually? I could see that for you.
I could see it.
Or
sazon.
So I don't know why. If we're talking about the first thing that comes into my mind, like the Takis like powder.
The Takis powder.
I can see that.
Taki powder.
Wow.
Bro, it's delicious. You got spice and lemon at the same time. Like that's a whole tasty snack in one. You know what I mean? You got combination of flavors.
Fair,
and you can only have a little bit too much before it hurts your stomach, but then you just want to go run back to it. Like that's the type of person I am. So I think
that's who you are.
so I think yeah, I would want to be covered in Taki powder.
Okay, what about you, Z? What do you want to be covered in?
Don't throw me on. Throw some salt on me.
Oh.
I got you. I got a huge container already. I'll just.
They only come in huge containers. Container of sazon.
So you would really choose garlic powder for your flavor, though, Venus? Like out of all the flavors in the world, you choose garlic powder.
Okay, all right.
Like you choose the wrong flavor
and salt and vinegar. Like
just for that, yes, I'm sticking by my answer. I was maybe gonna explore some other options.
Can you please explore? Can you please
garlic? Garlic is
the cheddar cheese powder for popcorn.
That would be ideal.
No, actually, the powder that comes on Flavor Blasted Goldfish, whatever that is, dump that on me. I'll die happy.
It's actually a solid choice.
That's actually a very solid choice.
I'd be licking my fingers after eating those like shameless.
Wait, Dark. What kind of ramen seasoning powder? Because there's a lot of those.
It's a wide range.
Talking chicken, we talking shrimp, we talking
answer. Chicken would be an acceptable answer.
What about beef?
Beef is not an acceptable answer.
Why?
You said spicy beef too.
Why?
Wait,
No. We're making this a tradition, but I need to know why you do not choose beef. Like why?
We're making this a tradition.
We're gonna make it a tradition.
It's gross.
What do you mean it's gross?
It's gross?
Okay, what do you hate about beef?
Well, I don't hate beef in general. I hate beef flavored ramen.
It's just that one's
beef
probably the worst. I agree with you on that. That one's the worst flavor.
It is. Hands down it is. Chicken's good. The shrimp one's okay.
The shrimp one I grew up with, and it's okay.
Yeah, the flavor of the beef is just.
I am so upset right now.
Off.
I am so, dude. Beef.
Yeah, Jojo. I agree with you. I don't know why he's so defensive over beef.
Because beef is amazing.
Who knows?
Beef is love. Beef
You
is
got
life.
beef.
Spicy beef. Yeah, beef
Beef
is
over beef.
yes. Beef. We about to have beef in a second. If you So trying to stick with the happy before I get into the more weird ones. We have one called the Yaula dance. Now, if you guys can do this dance for me while I'm covered in my taki powder, that'd be fantastic. But essentially, every country has a dance that is a symbol of it, and it distinguishes a dance from other countries. The Yola dance is the most famous dance in the UEA. This dance is performed by lining up, holding hands, holding a stick, and reciting poetry.
I'm down for that.
Right? It sounds a little weird, but I think that's like.
I actually think that's kind of cool. Like that's like a cool way to memorialize someone and to like, you know.
Z, would you dance with me
Yeah.
if we like had to like dance and do well, the most important part is holding the stick. But would you hold my hand, hold the stick, and we like
he knows how to hold the stick.
Recite poetry? Jesus.
I'm a pro stick holder.
What about the poetry part?
I think I'm good at that too, but pro stick holder, that's the main takeaway.
That's the important part, as you said.
Jeez. Well, let me give you more context now. So the steps of this dance are represented by a battle scene from confronting the enemy of celebrating victory. It is one of the basic dances when celebrating the national day. So, knowing that context now, right, and one of us is going to have to drop. Would you still dance with me, Z?
Yeah, because you're gonna drop.
I just wanted to make sure that you were a real one. That was
yeah,
what'd you
I am a
say?
real one.
Yeah. That just flew right over my head.
I know I gotta go old Yeller on my boy, so it's okay.
Okay. Ain't nobody tell me to hydrate, but I'm gonna do it right now because I'm getting heated.
There's okay, this is weird, but it's oddly wholesome. All right. It's called baby tossing in India. And
wait,
yeah, hold on. Let me context. Let's get this context first before you say something.
Okay.
Right? So in India, they have this ritual that involves throwing newborn babies off the side of the temples. If you get married at you get married at this 50-foot high temple in India, and it's tradition to return your baby and to take your baby with you and throw them from the top. And there's just like a bunch of people at the bottom with like cloth waiting for the baby to drop.
The body.
Yeah. For the body. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Wait, so do they have like things like to protect it from the bottom, like a mattress or like
nah, dude, it's just your faith in humanity.
Trust fall. Straight up trust fall.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of people holding a cloth and hoping for the best.
I thought you said this was wholesome.
It is wholesome.
That's not wholesome.
Yeah, because look, you're getting married and you're like, hey, let's focus on each other. Let's throw this baby off a cliff real quick. Is that not wholesome? The baby doesn't die. Like,
wait, is that a fact?
Boy,
it's just cloth, bro. What happens if the baby yeeted through the cloth?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna poke some holes in your wholesome theory here because I have heard of this, and the thing is, it's actually banned in a lot of parts of India, like because they don't always catch the baby.
So they do die.
Controversial. Yes, sometimes it's banned in a lot of places because it is very dangerous. And yeah, there's been
I stand by it. It's still a wholesome idea.
It's not even survival of the fittest, bro.
You're just prayer. On you and your love, dog. Like fuck them kids. Throw them out the cliff.
I don't want you to dance with me anymore.
Here's to hoping my uncles aren't drunk today so they actually catch me.
You don't even you're a baby, bro. You're not even gonna know. That is wild. Wait, so where does this happen?
Where? India. Look, you guys were pretty confident in the way you were pronouncing these things, even though they weren't probably pronounced correctly. But I wasn't gonna take that chance, dog.
Take the chance.
I'm just saying it's India.
Take the chance.
Nah, because I didn't even put it down. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Oh my god.
All I know is that it's India.
Coward. Confidence is 90% of the battle. You just gotta forge ahead. Just say it.
That's some wild shit.
Say it with your chest.
That is wild. And you know, I can't wrap. I really try to be like very open-minded about, you know, other traditions, cultures, practices. I find it really interesting like what gets normalized to us like because we all live in our own bubble with our own norms. However, no. Just no. We're not dropping babies. We're not dropping babies off at the side of buildings. Absolutely no. Absolutely no. That's a no for me.
So we're going a little bit extreme. So you won't do that, but would you try biting a cobra's head off if it meant surviving?
If it meant surviving,
like-
if I was dying and it attacked or like I was out and it attacked me and I like had to like defeat it somehow. I don't know.
Cool,
I guess so.
cool. So you answered my first
Gross.
question. So my second question, how about for fun?
Absolutely no. Absolutely no.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't have a choice.
That makes one of us.
If so there is an annual adult day camp. And
Where do I sign
there's usually well, don't worry, because they'll fit around 13,000 plus people there.
Look, bro,
Of
just give me a couple
military-
beers, I got this.
Military members from Thailand, United States, Singapore, Indonesia, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia. And essentially it's called Cobra Gold. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but what it is it's a goal to prepare soldiers to survive in the wilderness. And a few of the strange exercises that they do. This is not a mandatory one. This is one that they thought of and they were like, we're going to do it. We're going to try this. And it became a tradition to where these men are hunting a cobra and then they start drinking its blood, learning to bite the head off using only their teeth, and then proceed to eat scorpions.
Yeah, that sounds like the manliest thing I've ever heard. Like, just
You're
ridiculous.
saying
I'm
like
not a man, man.
people that just like listen to a ton of Andrew Tate, they're just like, fuck yeah, dog, let's do this. But you know what I would need for that? I would need Venus and Kim to like do the Dragon Ball Z fusion with their own blunts, so I can just take that with and just smoke that bad boy before I actually go on with this thing. Cause I'm down.
I got you,
But
Doc.
I'd have to be under the influence.
I can slip some other like psychedelic herb in there too. There's some Blue Lotus of Egypt. There's some other stuff that I can pack.
Yeah,
in
me
that
and
one
this
for
me and this
you.
cobra getting fucked up before we bite each other. Arr, arr.
Wait, do it again for the
But
people in
you
the
know,
back.
plot twist.
I like that. No, I really did. That's gonna be a new meme. I promise you.
Oh my God.
Plot twist. You and the cobra are friends forever.
Yeah,
you
we
actually
just-
don't end up eating it.
We just eat the scorpion together.
There you go. Team up. Enemy of my enemy.
Yeah.
So have you?
That's right.
So related to this, like, have you guys ever gotten like? It's gonna sound weird, but have you guys ever gotten so mad to where like you did something where you didn't think you'd ever do, like an action or a word that you would say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've surprised myself.
So internal, like right now, and people who know me will be like, no, the fuck you won't. But I would do this. Like try, yeah. Like, but I have to be put in that state.
Oh, you're talking about this?
Yeah, biting the cobra's head off. Yeah, I think I would do it. If it meant surviving, like 100% honesty, I think I would.
Well, if it meant surviving, again,
But
that's
like-
one thing I would do to
but like if it-
surviving.
Yeah,
But
surviving is
if it
different,
was
but
a
if you-
test,
do it to
if it
feel
was a
pumped?
test, if it was a test, right, and it wasn't a mandatory test, I would still like go for it. Yeah, is that weird?
Yeah, that's weird. That's really
Right?
weird. Yeah,
Right?
that's cool.
I knew I don't even have to know to like look in the chat to know who is talking to me
No,
right
you
now. I know exactly what he's saying, but yes, I would. And so the funny thing is, I would want him to come with me to do it.
Mhm, mhm.
But I personally think, I don't know if that's crazy. Is that crazy?
Jay said no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't even drink a beer. No, the hell you wouldn't.
Well-
He's calling you out.
Physically can't, but it's okay. Anyway, so
The only way to prove him wrong then is to go eat the cobra head. It's your
And
only
drink a beer.
option left on the table. Well, I think he could either or that.
Do them both.
No.
Pour the beer down the cobra's mouth and then eat
your
the
mouth.
Oh.
cobra margarita.
Ew. It's survival, not for pleasure. That's disgusting. I have
Maybe that's the whole idea. Maybe you're just
no, it's
missing that.
not.
Maybe you need to
no, it's
realize,
not.
think about
Stop.
this for a
Oh my
second and just
God.
believe that it's for
It's
pleasure
not.
and not
I
survival.
promise it's not.
Maybe
It's the only way
that's
to
how, maybe
get
that's
through
how
it.
people pass the test. They're just like, fuck yeah, dog. Let's
They're
take
like,
a
I'm
bite
gonna
out of this
enjoy
bad
this.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that forbidden crunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of venom. Who knows? But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the forbidden fruit by the foot. That's what it is.
Fruit by the-
Are y'all done?
Yeah, I guess.
I have one more on my list. Okay, I have one more because this is all I got, and this was the weirdest one. So funny. Back to Indonesia, weddings in the Indonesian Tadang community, have something to where they have the groom sing a love song to be able to see his bride's face. Right, starts off a little nice, right, and then afterwards, the newlyweds are not permitted to use the bathroom for 3 days and 3 nights. So yeah, put down your drink because you're not allowed to pee. And so you also ingest a restricted diet after the wedding, to ensure that you avoid bad luck, an unhappy marriage, infidelity, and death of their firstborn.
Okay, but what does that mean, ingest a certain diet?
So like they have to go through like a specific diet through their culture that they are forbidden to like eat certain foods and stuff like that to help them not poop or pee.
And also to not cheat on each other.
Yeah, and not lose their baby.
Their firstborn. It clarified firstborn.
The other ones,
it
the
don't
other
matter.
ones are not safe. We don't
Just
know.
the firstborn.
Yeah.
So, would y'all get married if that was the case?
So I think at that point I'd be single for life, or at least living in sin for life.
I mean,
because no,
we would just throw you cinnamon in your 25th birthday.
Nah, dog. I smell a challenge. Let's go.
What?
I'm here for it.
I cannot imagine.
What?
I can't. No.
What if all you're allowed to eat is like toast and beans or something,
Or Vegemite,
or Vegemite, or rice and steamed okra? I don't know.
Steamed okra. What is wrong with you?
I hate you so
I was
much
trying
right
to think
now.
about
Why'd you go to
I
that?
hate you so much right now.
Of all things, you could have just said Brussels sprouts.
I do
or
not trust your
something.
cooking now since you understand and know what okra is.
I mean, I was just
Damn.
trying to think of, okay, how about bok choy? How about rice and bok choy? Steamed bok choy.
I'm okay with that.
So, you're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
What about the not pissing or pooping for 3 days? What about that?
Like, you're not able to do it, and if so, you bring dishonor to
You're
yourself
instantly
and
divorced
avoid.
and you're disowned.
Like, you're not avoiding bad luck, bro. Like, you
You
may
are
have,
bad luck.
yeah, you may have an unhappy marriage.
She's gonna cheat on you, and your firstborn is gonna die.
Damn.
All because
the
you
stakes are
wanted to
high.
go number 2.
To take a piss
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
not. Yeah. You really up for this?
So,
Dude?
like, is that something?
Fuck yeah, dude.
You're
Fuck
crazy.
Nah,
yeah.
he's
I mean, if I
lying.
fail, I
Crazy.
fail.
He's lying.
All
He
right.
fails. He fails. But you're. I need to research now what happens if they do it. Like, what's the consequence?
Let me just bring us down back to earth after this, dog. All right. For the last one, right? There's cockfighting in Mexico. Everyone knows about that.
And
But
bullfighting.
yeah. But there's camel wrestling in Turkey. And they get their own wrestling gear from their owners. So like it's some camel WWE shit, dog.
And like I'm guessing there's bets and
How does
it's like
that
a
happen?
whole I don't know, you'd
How
have to
you get
get
bored?
camels
Oh,
agitated enough to make them fight each other. I don't know
right.
enough about camels to know how you do that, but that would probably be terrifying. I'd honestly be scared to stand too close to two camels like duking it out. I'd be afraid they're gonna like shoulder check me and kill me or
No,
something.
I'm trying to figure out like
But
how would that like physically happen? Like
they're just gonna go like this on each other. What? What?
Yo, what? Yeah, can we
Oh,
get
can we
a
get
replay on this?
rewind on this?
Can we get a replay on this? Like,
Absolutely not. No.
oh my
Bro.
god, dude.
Oh my god. For
Um,
everybody who was here to see that live, that is I hope that
yo,
stays with you forever.
that's a treat. That's a special treat.
I hate both of you.
So now I'm just thinking about two camels
Oh.
like just waving their heads.
Oh my god.
Oh. I like that. That was good. Well,
Oh my God.
god, dude.
all right, give us your last one, camel head.
All right. So in South Korea, there is a tradition that you just shouldn't use red ink, like pen ink. Like it doesn't really, matter. Like you're not going to go to jail, but there's a tradition that red ink back in the day was used to write down the names of dead family members in the family registrar. So after that, it was like if you wrote down anybody's name in red ink, it was like you were wishing them dead. So now it's just considered like bad luck in general. People will be like, if you go to South Korea, just like don't use red ink in general. Just stay away from it. Bad omen, bad luck. So there you go.
The Death Note.
No red ink.
The Death
Exactly.
Note.
I
Exactly.
like it.
And
I'll use it.
I feel like that's like a giant superstition that one person was like, this will happen if you do it. And then he just got the whole country to believe it.
Oh yeah, it's like
It was the guy who owned the blue pen companies. He was like, you know what? We can get this competition out of the way.
But
I'm gonna start me a
we need
rumor.
an insider.
it's like growing up as Latinos when like you're not like being an obedient child and your mom is at the store with you and she's just like, look, if you don't stop, that man over there is gonna take you away, and you just believe it, so you stop.
And so it just
The universal childhood
it
experience.
just passes down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
But then your parents realize that they messed up because now you look at everybody as a bad person. So when you go to like a Walmart or a Target or something, you just
Like,
think
"Damn,
that
you ain't taking me,
everybody's
dog."
after you.
Like paranoid as hell, annoying the crap out of him, but you made me this way. What did you expect? You did this to yourself.
I love that. I love that. I think that traditions are something that it's weird. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own things and like ways of doing it. Now, for the ones that cause like self-harm and stuff like that, as much as it's weird to say, I truly believe that it's meaningful. Anything that is a trick, and then obviously there's some wild ones that I like. Let me rephrase that. It's not all 100%, but like 80% of them. I think. What do you guys think about traditions itself? Do they bring meaning in a way of like?
You go see.
No, they don't.
Oh, so you just think that people are just crazy, and then they just
Yeah.
okay. No, you know what? I agree with you on that. That 1000%. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but you know what?
Yeah, traditions are whack.
Okay.
I think traditions that are not critically examined by individuals are whack. I think doing something simply for the sake of everybody's always done it this way, I think is kind of lame. I don't think that's just a reason to do something. But I think honoring traditions that are genuinely meaningful to you for whatever the reason, or starting new traditions. Starting new traditions can be like a really powerful, human experience. So traditions on the whole, I don't say no. I don't say it's whack, but I would definitely say, we should be meaningful and thoughtful about what our traditions are.
I think the most important tradition that anybody can take away from here today is just understanding that Taco Tuesday is needed, and it's a part of a nutritional diet.
That's right.
Yeah, you understand me?
Amen.
Okay, understood. Z?
Sure, why not?
Cool. Absolutely. Well, guys, that's it for today. If you guys want to leave a just a comment or anything, because we're going to be releasing this on YouTube, on Spotify, and if you guys want to tell us your favorite traditions of what you guys do, we may even follow it, and we may even do some, background stuff to kind of do it. Not all of it, though, I promise. Maybe covering Cinnamon and me. I don't know. But anyways, guys, we are your pod crew every other Thursday at 7 p.m. CST. If you guys haven't already, you guys can check us out on the Discord and see what episode is coming up next, so that you guys can be here, talk about it, and we explain everything that we love and dislike about it. With that being said, family, y'all already know what it is. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Z? Bye!
I'm waiting and waiting around, yeah. Switch it up, take it, set me on a trip, fill it up.